All right, ladies and gentlemen, today wearing a quartz watch, an Echo Drive, a GPS, a Citizen Landmaster CC3060, and it's a 44 millimeter watch, plays like a beast, plays like a 47. I have it on an end mill bracelet. It has a beautiful big slab of sapphire on it. It has big Arabic numerals on it. This watch spoils me because it's just grab and go, ready to take it. It's accurate to 1 second because it's a GPS. And if I had to make one complaint about this watch, if you accidentally touch the top pusher, it thinks it's in battery check mode, and the second hand goes wacko, and you do get a reading that it's on full energy. So I like the accuracy of the quartz, but I understand that wearing a quartz watch is sacrilege for a lot of watch purists, and I just want to make it clear, I'm not here today to argue for quartz or argue for automatic or argue that I should or should not get a Rolex Explorer 2 with a polar white dial. I don't want to get into an argument over what's better. I have zero interest in getting in some kind of an argument. I'm just interested in certain personality types and why certain personality types are drawn to this, that, or the other thing. So what I want to talk about today is that a lot of watch guys are drawn to automatic watches in spite of some disadvantages. So a lot of desirable automatic watches have a very high price point to get into. That's number one. Number two, a lot of these desirable watches, they can have a lot of maintenance problems. They can be less than reliable. Yes, I have stories I could share with you about people I know who made the leap from, relatively inexpensive Seikos to Swiss luxury, which I'll get into. A lot of times an automatic is just not going to be as accurate as a quartz. And sometimes the cost of a service on an automatic is more than the cost of the watch. It's kind of a ridiculous situation when you take the accuracy and the reliability. And case in point, Lee, I don't know if I publicized this much. He did send a comment a few weeks ago. He got out of Seiko about a year ago. He was just tired of some of their defects, some of their shortcomings, I should say. And he made the leap. He made this leap, and he got an Omega Planet Ocean, and he wrote this very long, eloquent, articulate, and persuasive case for how the Omega Planet Ocean was a game changer in his life. It represented a real shift in his watch collecting hobby. Well, just to let you know, he sold it. Sold it. It's gone. Well, the thing is, it gave him nothing but problems. It wasn't keeping time, and he was taking it to the repair place, and they couldn't fix it, and then they said they would have it fixed at such and such time. What a nightmare. What are you getting, man? You getting a watch, you getting a Lamborghini. That's a big pain. And so I started thinking to myself, what is it about the automatic watch that has its draw? And I started thinking, we live in a crazy world. Time is moving too quickly. Technology is moving too quickly. My daughters are into this Alexa thing where you talk. I'm not into it, man, but they're going to be acclimated to Alexa, where you just use a voice recognition and you have what's called a frictionless existence. You want something, boom, you just say it. I think watches, automatic watches, represent the golden age, where you have a keeper in technology. You don't buy a smartphone or a smart watch or a laptop, which is obsolete in a week. You buy a Rolex Explorer 2 polar white dial, and you keep it for life, and it represents that golden age where everything was crafted well, and you keep it, and you're really clinging to this is your safe space. This is your sanity. This is your sanctuary, your automatic watch world. Now, is this world real or is it a myth? I'll leave it up to you. Now, for Lee, who sold his Omega Planet Ocean, it wasn't a sanctuary, it was a headache. It wasn't the golden age of of longevity in the keeper and high quality. It was a nightmare. However, for every lease story, I'm sure there's a story of someone who got a Panerai or a Rolex Explorer or whatever, and it was a good experience for them. It was a game changer for them. So I'm not here to argue about that. The other reason why I think people get automatic watches is what I call the power of imprinting. Heritage. Your father gave you the watch that his father gave to him. You know, there's something I never told you guys about watches. Maybe because I was injured. Maybe because I was hurt emotionally. So my father, about 10 years ago, he gave his Rolex Submariner to my younger brother. And it's kind of ironic. I'm the watch dude. Now, to be fair to my father, he didn't know I was a watch dude when he gave the watch to my brother. And to be fair to my brother, he let me try on the Rolex Submariner. It's an older model. I think it's 40 millimeters. I'm not in love with it. It's cool. I would rather have the 42 millimeter Rolex Explorer 2 with a polar white dial. Just chillaxing with that, but this will be okay for now. And so imprinting is so powerful. You know, your first experience, if it's with an automatic watch, that's how you perceive a real watch to be. You know, it's funny. Speaking of imprinting, when I was 7 years old in San Jose, California, about 1968, I was in a Greek deli in San Jose with my dad. In a Greek deli, my dad points at the baklava pastry. He goes, "Jeff, baklava, the most glorious dessert in the world." And I go, "Wow." So I had the baklava, loved it. And I still love baklava today. I think my first favorite dessert is German chocolate cake. However, because of imprinting, if I'm served anything other than baklava for dessert, I do feel that I suffered a great deprivation. Yes, McMahon. So the third reason why I think watch purists are drawn to automatic watches is because it's a pretty eccentric hobby when you think about it. And when you join this eccentric hobby, you're entering a very distinctive club that gives you a sense of distinction and belonging. And I think there's a desperate need for that in this world of dehumanization on social media, with avatars and with artificial intelligence choosing everything for us. Oh, Netflix says you just watch this show, so now you're going to choose to watch this show. Are you really choosing things anymore? Or has your brain been hijacked? You just lost all your free will. And so maybe there's this sense that you're retaining some of your humanity and your individuality by having an automatic watch. What about me? So here's the thing about me. You know what kind of car I got? I hadn't bought a car in 12 years, something like that. I got a Honda. I got a Honda Accord. I love it. It's reliable. I like a life. So for me, a good life is not a life that's abundant with all this amazing stuff. It's a life that's absent of BS. I like a life absent of BS. So I got a Honda Accord. It's reliable. And I'm kind of like that way with watches. This is a no headache watch, and I could probably wean myself off automatics. I'm lazy, man. I'm getting to the point where I don't even like shaking them and winding them up, man. Sacrilege, man. I can see people going, "McMahon, you need an intervention, son." Some of you are worried about me. I like reliability, and I like zero maintenance, man. I don't know what it is about me, man. That's just how I roll. But hey, everyone's got their own story. Lee has his story. And some of you guys I see on YouTube are rocking that Rolex Explorer 2 with a polar white dial, and I'm digging it, man. Some of you are rocking the Panerai Luminor, and I'm digging it, man. I'm not going to say anything about some of you automatic Swiss luxury tribal members. No, welcome to the party, man. I think we should all be welcome to the party. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. Until next time, I'm out.